All right, now that we got everything out of the box, let me show you what we got. So we've got 4 suction cups, 2, 3, 4. We've got two racks. They're identical, so I only pulled one out of the bag. We don't need to look at the other one. We've got whatever this is. I'm not sure what that is. We will. I guess I'll have to look at the instruction manual. Tool, some keys. This is lubricant sealant. Seals O-rings, gaskets, valves, filters, windows, doors, machinery, hangers, bearings, chains, etc. I don't know. You guys probably can't read that. Looks some hardware with some nylon locking nuts, an Allen key, and some instructions. I hope they got pictures because I'm not good with reading. All right, it's pretty simple even without reading this. So you can see that right here you mount the ski rack onto the suction cup. I'm guessing that's what this hardware is for, is to lock it in place. Aha, it is. There you have pictures, thank goodness. There's the pump, which is pretty self-explanatory. And what they should have done is put some color in here, because what this is saying is basically is, if you see this, that means it's not locked in place. You want to keep pumping this until it's like that. When it's like that, that means you're losing suction. When it's like that or deeper, that's good. It means it's sucked down. These sea suckers pads, these protective things are supposed to be on there so they can keep their shape and protect it from getting anything on the underside. Let's see if I can get one of these out. They're pretty tough, actually. They look like they'd be soft, but they're actually pretty tough. Hold on. Let me get one of these off. Okay, I got the cover off. All right. Now this is it is soft enough that it can move on different surfaces, but it's also tough. It's not doesn't feel flimsy in any way. It feels very good quality. If you guys can see, there's a little hole right there. That's when you pump this. Those channels right here suck out the air and it goes out that hole. And that's what will bring this down, so it'll suck onto something. We'll do that in a few moments after we put this all together and set it on the car. Okay, ski rack. Let's look at the ski rack real quick. So this is just like any other ski rack. It's that made in the USA. Seasucker.com. This has got the same material that I've seen on many other ski racks. Actually, exactly the same design. How does it unlock? Yeah. All right. Now that I have the key in there, I can unlock this. Oh no, it was unlocked, or not. There we go. So it's got little it's got grips here so that it grabs onto your skis, and it's got the same build as pretty much any other ski rack. Down and locked, it'll stay closed on its own. It has lock and unlock symbols, so you don't accidentally leave it one way or another. And I think, yeah, I saw this in another video. When it is in the unlock position, just straight down, you can't pull the key out. The key stays in it. When it's in the lock position, it lets you pull the key out. Okay, after doing some light reading, I figured out what this is. This is an extra pump. Basically, right there where you see the orange band, that is no suction, no vacuum seal. This is what it would look like if it was completely sealed. How do I know that? Because if you pull this tab off, let me see if I can set the camera down and do this real quick. Pull this off, watch. See? It's unsealed. And basically it sits onto one of these suction cups, like so. These are made, apparently they're made so you can take them apart, so they're modular, so you can clean them and replace one of these if you need to. And so how it works is you pump it up, and I'm just gonna flip it over for ease. So you see that that's the little valve, right? So if you imagine this is your car, you seal the suction cup on there, pump it, and now it's locked in place. It can't come off. Once you break the seal of this, if I can get it, there you go. So this is just an extra pump, literally, or if you want to call it a pneumatic actuator or whatever you want to call it. But that's all it is. It's an extra pump. As far as this lube, instructions say to use this only for maintenance. I guess if you get, after time, you get a lot of snow or debris in here, take this apart and clean it, that's when you use this. It says do not use this on the actual suction cup themselves, because then they won't seal. They'll just be slick, as these need to be at room temperature to install them. So I'm assuming that once you get to a ski resort, you should leave them on. I'm not going to do that because I don't want someone to steal it. But it does say before you can reapply them to a vehicle, they need to be room temperature. That's no big deal. I'll get to the ski resort, put them on, I'll take them off, and we'll go from there. Or maybe we won't take them. We'll see. Alright, there you go. Fully assembled ski rack. The instructions did say don't over tighten these. I didn't want them flimsy flop around because you want to be able to adjust them for different angles on your car. But I tightened them a little. I didn't want them flimsy out where when it came to a stop, I gave it a little bit more just so it's a little bit snug but still movable. And it's, I guess by their design, see how the pumps are, they're on this side and they're on this side, but both switches, both open latches are on the outside. So ideally, you'd want to mount this on your car like so, so that your pump is on the rear and on the front of your car. And I guess it doesn't matter which side you put this. If you put this on the left, if you want to put this on the driver's side or the passenger side. But there you go. Next step, we're gonna put it on the car. Oh, and the other thing, we didn't use their little 7/16 wrench. I appreciate they sent it to me, but this was much easier, much faster than sitting there and turning in a few turns at a time with a 7/16 wrench and an Allen key. All right, let's go install this on the car, see how it looks. All right, there you go. So I just put these in any which way. I didn't put it in any specific way. The reason I did this is just to show you, you can put them in a bunch of different ways. They're in there. See, they're not moving. I'm pulling on it and it does not move. It is not coming off. It is on there. I'm going to tell you. Each one of these, I think, has 210 pounds of force, something like that. So times 4, it's almost 1,000 pounds, 800 and something, closer to 1,000. But in any case, I put 2 sets of poles and 2 pairs of skis in here, so you can see that it does work. It will hold it. I even put the spoiler out on purpose, so you can see even my long skis, there is no clearance issue. And on my 911, I also have the wiper, which was not a problem. I did have to mount this above the 4th, if you count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th defroster line to give me kind of an idea of where to mount it. But yeah, and so you asked me, so if you want to know why I chose this versus the Porsche rack, because they do make Porsche 911 racks, price and versatility, honestly. I didn't want something that's going to be permanently installed. You saw it didn't take me almost any time to install this. It's really quick to install, really easy to use, and when I get somewhere, I just pop the suction cups off, throw them inside the car, throw them in the trunk of the car, and it's no big deal. It fits just, or actually these are wider, but still I can put them inside the car. I don't have to worry about something permanently installed. If you're curious as to how you install the Porsche racks, flip the camera out. Okay, so right here, these little tabs, they open. Every 911 has these, and it has a screw in here you pull out, and this is where you install the Porsche rack. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side, so it sits literally right on the top. I like this better because it sits further in the back. You can also, I'll rearrange this the right way, but you can arrange your skis so that they're more aerodynamic, they're not sticking out in the wind, etc. I think I'm gonna do like I have this ski here. I'm gonna put the tip back so it flares up like this, so it acts like a spoiler, kind of. But I mean, and I put this out just for clearance. But this isn't even gonna deploy when I go to the ski resort, because with the ski rack on here and with snowy roads, you're not gonna be going fast enough for this to deploy unless you do it manually, which some people like to have this out manually. So that's why I have it up. All right. So let me rearrange this how I would really fly. Oh, the other reason I put some of these upside down is I want you to see the clearance. See the clearance in there? Nothing's touching. Nothing's going to get scratched. So you have plenty of clearance to mount your skis upside down, right side up, forward, backward, whatever way, and your poles. And these things are in there. They're not moving. I mean, this rack is as good as any other ski rack I've seen. So, and you can see right here, it's in the lock position. So you can't accidentally open this. These things are not going to come off. They're, as long as you don't see an orange, I'm pulling it so you can see that. If you see that, then you're losing suction, but you can see it just pulls it right back in because there's plenty of suction. And if you're worried about it, just give it a pump. You see how it got stayed in? That's how it should be. Let's try this one. All right. All right, let's rearrange this how it should be. I don't think I've ever introduced you guys to my garage, so welcome to my garage. Here I got my 2 electric skateboards, the Backfire G3 and the Backfire Zealot, which I love. I've got the Ducati X Diavolo S, the Zard exhaust, Olin suspension, and a bunch of other stuff on it. Wife's car, my car, kids' cars are outside. As it should be. Truth. Ski rack is on the car with skis on it. We're about to drive to Crystal Mountain Resort. I am terrified. But they said these suction cups work. We're gonna find out. Stay tuned. All right, here we are with the sea suckers after taking them on a ski trip. So they were pretty good. One thing I didn't like, not that I didn't like, but it was kind of a pain, was this has to be pushed in like really deep to release this lock. I had to sit there and fiddle with it to get it to open back up after it had been sitting here out here in the cold. So there's snow on the skis, and while it's sitting here in the parking lot while you're skiing, these will lose pressure, and you'll, when you come back out to your car, it'll look like that. It's no big deal. You just pump it back up and done. But besides that, I actually didn't take them off the car. I left them on there. No one messed with them. The key works. It's pretty simple lock design. They hold the skis perfect on the clean roads. I was going about 65 miles an hour and no issues. And yeah, I've been driving all this. The road over there is clean, and they're staying in place. They're not going anywhere. So I would say they work. And if you were on the fence about buying them, I say go ahead and buy them, especially for the price point. The price point is pretty good, especially compared to the Porsche racks, because the Porsche racks that you got to get the hardware for this so you can sell them here, and then you got to buy the rack, and it's just, you're going to spend over $1,000 getting all that stuff. This is significantly cheaper, functional, and it's not permanent. Take it off your car, and when you're not using it, and even when it is on your car, it does not look bad. It does not look bad at all. I think it looks pretty decent. So the sun is setting. It doesn't look like it, but trust me, it is. You can see it when I was up there in the mountains, a little higher skiing, and it's going to get cold fast. So we're going to get out of here because I'm no longer a spring chicken. I'm a little older, and I'm hungry, and I'm cold, and we don't want to get to the point of hangry. All right, so sea sucker, pass the test. Thanks for watching.